so tired.
Me too.
And guess why? You guessed it, because I was up till like 2 a.m. finishing the episode that was out today.
Is it started?
Yeah, you can intro. I can't even do anything.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I checked the itinerary. I'm getting better at having more responsibilities for this show.
Nice.
I'm being promoted to social media manager soon.
Yeah.
It is too early for how late it was last night. Also, I was wondering, I was like, why am I having such a bad day yesterday? And the day before that. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's because I had such an amazing weekend that I was just having a...
And now you're like back to work. And
Mm-hmm. Well, I was having a post-amazing weekend low, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's because anything compared to that is small potatoes now, you know?
Yeah, now you're in your hangover.
Yeah. I'm in the amazing weekend hangover. Well, that was yesterday. I think I'm better today.
I didn't have too bad of a day yesterday at work. Everyone
Good.
was like really nice and fun, and I was on a position that I wasn't always on. So it was like a nice change of pace, and like we were not busy, but we weren't slow, so it was like that perfect like pace.
Yes. So you're like constantly doing something, but not to where you're tired.
Mm-hmm. And I got to go home an hour early.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And then I came home, had some Burger King, watched Stranger Things, and then edited for 3 hours. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was only really 2. And then played Fortnite. And then edited for another 2 hours.
So maybe you shouldn't procrastinate it so much.
You think?
Yeah. Aren't you supposed to edit on Wednesdays? Or does that not work?
That was before we started recording on Wednesdays also.
Okay.
That's just a lot of podcast for my mind.
But this is podcast day.
So my whole morning we're recording, and then the rest of my whole entire day I have to edit.
This new setup will hopefully make that go faster, though, right?
I think no.
Yes, it will.
I don't really want to sit and edit a conversation that we just had.
That's fair. I forgot to say out loud, okay, you don't have to do it on Wednesdays. But, so, since you're not doing it on Wednesdays, this new process should be, like, easier spread out throughout the week.
Yeah.
Instead of how it was, and it's consumed all your time. Do you want to get on to the dumb idea of the week?
Mm-hmm.
That you don't have? Why do you always have the same dumb idea of the week?
This is only my second time having the same exact one.
Of not having one?
Of staying up late. That's my dumb idea. Of procrastinating. My dumb idea of the week is I procrastinate too good. I do it always 24/7 every day of my life. Every second I breathe, I am procrastinating something.
Okay, I have an almost dumb idea, and then I'll get to like my actual dumb idea. Okay, my almost dumb idea is, so I'm learning to knit, because I was just like sitting on the couch and I was like, I want to knit, so I did. I went downstairs and I got my knitting needles. So I was like doing it, and I was like, I'm actually kind of good for a beginner. And I had it on so you have both needles, and I was trying to get one of the loops onto the other needle, but like it was really tight. And so I was looking at it from above, looking at these very sharp pointy needles. And it like, as I was pushing on them, and then it like, cause I was trying to push the, like, the loop onto the other one. So I was like pushing and pulling, and then it like slipped and it went right past my eye. I was like, what the heck? That was so dumb. It's like staring down the barrel of a gun. Like, you're not supposed to do that.
You always have like really good ones, and they always are just so easy. Maybe I just need to do more stuff.
Dumb.
Maybe you just actually do things.
Okay. My actual dumb idea of the week is there was a power outage and I still multiple times kept trying to turn the lights on. Even though I knew like the whole activity that we were doing was the power outage. Like we were talking about it the whole time and I still kept trying to turn the lights on and like plug in my phone. And I even asked, I was like, why can't we get water from the fridge? Because the fridge doesn't work, you idiot. Oh, like I wasn't very smart that day.
Well, today's episode, we're going to be talking about like musical theater a little bit. We're talking because we were in musical theater from like elementary school through all of high school.
Okay, so how old were you when you started your very first show?
Was 9 when I started doing theater.
Like professionally? Did you ever do anything with like church? Okay, I did not mean professionally. Like officially. Did you ever do anything with church or?
I mean, I did like the nativity scene.
Right. Was there singing in that?
This one other thing. I never sang.
Mm.
Wait. I sang one thing and did like a little duet dance in one of the little pageants.
Okay. I think I did 2 Christmas pageant things when I was younger. And I did have solos. Okay, it's kind of traumatizing because so obviously you sweat when you're nervous, right? And me more so. Because I hate it when it happens, okay? So I hated it so much and I didn't want anyone to know that I was sweating. Because I was so nervous. I had like a few songs, okay?
Mm.
So I put my hands in my armpits, like I crossed my arms and each hand went in a pit. And so I just sat there like that the whole time. And because I don't know why I thought that was hiding it, nobody could tell I was wearing a black shirt. So I don't know. And it was so bad. So I was just standing there singing my solo like this. And so that's traumatizing.
Yeah, other than that, 9 was my first musical theater start.
My first like actual production. I was 11.
I didn't even know what musical theater was until 9.
Yeah, same. Like I did not know that was a thing.
Same.
Like the closest thing I had to that was like Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they have music in them. like that's all.
Of course, I'm sure I've heard about Broadway, but like I don't think I ever knew what it was or what happened or.
Yeah, I remember whenever I first like started going to the studio, I like didn't know anything, and then like when I first started hanging out with Carly and her family, and they just started saying show after show after show, and I was like I should know what these are.
Right.
And it's like I don't know what any of I was so newborn baby.
Yeah. When I remember literally my mom asking me if I wanted to do the show. Like I was upstairs in the living room, this house.
Mm.
And she was like sitting on a laptop or a computer. Nope. A laptop or her phone. And she was like, do you want to do... I don't know. Well, I guess I don't really remember exactly what she said. I don't know if she said, do you want to do a play or do you want to do Seussical, the musical? And I was like, what is that? She could have said Seussical, the musical, but I also remember vividly getting to like the first day of rehearsal in the car about to get out, asking her what the show was. So
that's like me. It's like you're being told the whole time what it is, and then you still gotta ask right before. What is this again?
Yeah, but I remember she asked me and I was like, sure. And then like not too long after, we went to the studio and we were in the car. Both my sisters, I'm pretty sure, were there. I don't actually know because we did 2 different shows because we weren't in the same age group. But I was like literally like opening the door and being like, "What show is this?" And then she was like, "Seussical the Musical," and I was like, "What is that?" And then she was like, like Dr. Seuss. And then I remember regretting every decision I ever made because I was like, I'm not about to do some weird little like play about Dr. Seuss. I was like, Horton Hears a Who. I'm pretty sure I literally like thought immediately like Horton Hears a Who, and then she was like, yeah, and I was like, that's awful. And I was like, that sounds like the most horrendous thing to ever do. That sounds so stupid.
Like little kid.
I don't think I thought little kid. I was just like, that sounds so boring. Like, why are we just gonna be standing on stage? Like, I'm sure my mind imagined like we were just gonna be standing on stage speaking the books. And then I went in there. Don't remember at all the first day. But I do remember getting the little pamphlet of all the characters, what song to sing and all that. And I went home. And then I was like, and back then the studio gave us CDs of the songs. So I had a CD of some of the songs, and then I played that, and I was got pretty obsessed with that CD.
I mean, they're good songs, honestly.
Yeah, Seussical.
I love that show. It's so fun.
Yeah. But then I got home. I listened to probably like a couple of the characters' audition songs and decided I wanted to be JoJo. So I sang It's Possible for my audition because that was the most in my range, and I was like a 9-year-old boy, like who, in my mind, who better to get JoJo.
Right.
And then when the cast list came out, I did not, in fact, get JoJo. I got someone I never would have thought would get.
Oh, wait, that's so poetic. That's so funny.
Yeah, I got Horton. Here's a Who.
That is...
I got Horton the elephant.
The one person you didn't want at the beginning.
Yeah.
Horton Hears a Who.
I was like, Horton Hears a Who? What is that? And then I got Horton. And then the first day we did the first song, Oh, the Things You Can Think. And I remember I had like a little solo. And so like I felt so like special because like everyone was like hunkered down, and then I got to like stand up and say my solo.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I am pretty cool.
I totally would have thought that too. Like, I mean, when you're a little kid and everyone is lower than you, literally
everyone's on the floor and I'm standing above all of them.
Like, that is, you are a god.
Yeah.
I love theater so much. Like,
Yeah.
I am a theater kid through and through.
Yeah, theater kids are crazy and real. But yeah, then after that, I fell in love with like theater and that show specifically because I still didn't know anything else existed other than Thoroughly Modern Millie, which my sisters were doing. I knew those 2 shows existed, didn't know anything else.
I mean, it's good that you started with like very low expectations. That way there was nowhere to go but up.
Yeah. Yeah. But I made great friends with everyone in that cast, and I was like on a high that whole thing. And I still to this day don't really know how I memorized my lines, but like I did somehow.
I'm like so bad at that. I never sit down and go through my lines. I just expect to memorize them through rehearsals.
Like for a good chunk of my younger theater years, I really don't know how I memorized lines because I don't think I ever had a time where I sat and memorized. Like they just happened. And like,
well, when you're on stage, basically the whole rehearsal time, you know?
But I wasn't really. Like you would think because like I've had quite a few like leads, but like when I like elementary age, I was more like side characters. Like I was still a character, but I wasn't like Horton was crazy that I got that. Like I just walked in and just got the lead.
I know, that's always so annoying.
I remember everyone there was annoyed with me.
So annoying. But like through the process, you get over it. You're like, yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah. But then the second show I did, well, I guess I'll talk about that later. What was your first show?
My
and the
first
process.
Show was The Little Mermaid. And we were mostly doing it for my older sister because I don't know if it still is, but that was her favorite Disney princess. And so we went and we walked into this little place and I was like, this is horrifying. I don't like it, you know? I was so small. Everything was so big, you know? Like, we walk in, me and my two sisters and my mom walk into this, like, room with mirrors. And I was like, what is this? Yeah. Where are we? And there was this table with two people. They were like, sing. Like, you know?
You walked in just on audition day?
Yes. Audition day.
Whoa.
I don't know. It was weird.
Maybe
it was a weird thing.
Like a week late.
Yeah, maybe I was late. But it was fine. I walked in immediately. They were like, okay, who are you guys? And what are you guys going to be singing? All three of us together.
You all sang together?
No, we didn't actually. Oh. My older sister sang, and then me and my younger sister were just standing there. And then we were like, we want to be in this show, but we're not about to sing for you. You know? But we didn't say that, of course. My mom said that because we were mute. We were just so nervous.
That's so you.
Yeah. I did not audition. I did not sing for an audition until my 4th show.
Oh my word.
I think.
And you wonder why you were seaweed and grass.
No, I didn't wonder why I was seaweed and grass. And also for where I was grass, I did audition for that, by the way.
Okay.
So, for my first show ever, I did not expect any. Okay. Lies. I did expect to be Ariel. That's because I didn't know.
She walked in and she was like, yeah, I'm not going to freaking sing for you losers. I'm going to be Ariel and you're going to like it.
And I remember being upset because, like, the director's family was, like, all the leads.
Yeah.
But whenever I go back and watch the show, it makes sense. Like, they are the only ones. Like, everyone else was little kids. You know? Like, I remember at the time being actually so mad. But, like, literally.
Like, it's annoying in the moment.
Yeah.
But, like you said, going back, it's like, who else, though?
Yeah, like, literally, it just so happened that they were all by the same last name.
Yep.
And then I didn't have any friends the whole time until the very last minute of the very last show. We were cleaning up. We were striking the set. And I was literally standing by my car getting ready to leave.
Oh, wow. The last second.
Yes. I was leaving. And then I made friends with one of the cast members.
Wow.
And one of the leads, honestly. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that is Theater Kids for you.
Yes. We were not friends. And then, but what's crazy is, after that, it was summer. I wasn't going to see her for like 3 months. And it's funny because, like, our moms were literally saying that. Like, are you serious? You'd become friends right now? And so, actually, I think we did see each other, like, once or twice throughout the summer. And then after that, we were basically inseparable for a little while. I mean, she was my first friend there, so, of course, you know, we had an attachment.
Yeah.
Like, I was shy. I wasn't going to talk to anyone else. Until I met you, of course.
Yeah. Back to, like, learning lines and, like, roles I was. my second show was Shrek. I was Baby Bear. So, like, I wasn't on stage, really. And then after that, I was in The Wizard of Oz, and I was the wizard. Wasn't on stage.
True. You're not. That sounds like a really big, important part.
Yeah, like, that sounds like I'm in The Wizard of Oz, and I'm the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was,
in, like, 3 scenes.
Yeah, he's literally in 2 scenes. Maybe 3, because I'm pretty sure, like, the last scene I'm in is technically, like, there's a blackout till I say one line and then fly away in a balloon.
But went to go see that show. That was my first year there. But it got rained out, and my mom was devastated.
Oh, yeah, because you went to the outside one. We had 3, like, actual performances, and then later in summer, we were going to have, I think, 2 outside performances. But they got rained out. So.
And that was, like, funny. Like, not funny, but it was it's my mom's favorite movie. Like, she loves The Wizard of Oz. Oh. And so that's why she was so upset. She was like, I want to see this. And so I think it's perfectly fitting, because right as I was about to see you, like, I didn't. You know?
Lightning.
Yeah. Like, there was, like, we weren't ready to meet yet.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like,
fate hadn't aligned yet.
Yeah. That's crazy. What's your favorite show that you were ever in?
Okay, musical, Aladdin.
Okay.
I was the genie, and
that's a great show.
The most fun and exciting show I've ever done.
Yeah.
And performed. I think that was one of my best performances.
I feel like I had a very good relationship with, like, the cast during that show.
Yeah.
Usually I have, like, one friend and I stay, like, but I feel like I talked to, like, pretty much everyone.
Yeah, that show, I remember auditioning for Aladdin, everyone telling me I should audition for the genie, me being like, no, I don't want to be the genie, that's such a boring role. I didn't even want to do Aladdin, really.
Always.
I guess I really just always hate the role I get.
Yeah.
Before I get it. But I went into the audition room, sang A Whole New World, and then literally after I sang that, they didn't, at least I don't think, they didn't do this with anyone else, but they literally said, can you sing A Friend Like Me? And because I'm pretty sure everyone assumed I was going to audition for the genie, and I was going to get the genie. I didn't think that. I was like, that's such a random role for me to get. Like, why would I get the genie? But everyone else thought very differently. So I went in there, and they asked me to sing for the genie after I had already sang for Aladdin. And I was like, I don't know this song.
That just jogged a whole memory.
And so I sang Friend Like Me, slurring every word because I literally didn't know a single word of it. And they were like, until I got to the part everyone knows, like, what am I literally forgetting the whole song?
I don't know. What part does everyone know?
Like the actual, like, chorus, like,
you never got a friend like me.
I don't know. The little chorus part that is, like, actually has, like,
I don't recall
Friend Like Me in it.
But I'm sure.
And that was, like, the last part they had me sing. Like, I got, like, one line right. And then they were like, okay.
You get it. You win.
And, yeah, I got the genie. And I was a little upset. But then that was literally the best musical. I love that role. I love the show.
Yeah. I remember going in and auditioning for, I can't remember if I was auditioning for Jasmine or A Lady in Waiting, because it was the same song that they were supposed to sing. But I sang that song. And then they were like, can you sing A Whole New World with Aaron? Remember? We sang A Whole New World together.
I do not remember that.
Okay. Well, it did happen.
Like, I remember that, but I don't remember, like, singing it.
Yeah. We stood, because I was, like, not ready. I was, like, I was not prepared for this. I don't really know the words. And then they gave us, like, a music stand with the words on it. And they're like, now sing.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I remember being like kind of excited, you know? I was like, what? You're considering us for Jasmine and Aladdin? And I remember getting told like later that was like my best audition.
That's cool.
But I didn't get.
But you didn't get Jasmine.
No. And you didn't either.
And I didn't get Jasmine either.
Yeah, like
we didn't even get the parts that they forced us to sing.
Which, like, that was, you know, that was pretty cool, I think, to get considered for a lead. Because I don't think that's happened in a musical before. Because I never got a lead in a musical that I can think of right now. Yeah. But instead, I got Omar, which is one of Aladdin's friends. Which I liked it. You know, I had a good time in the show.
Really good in that show.
Thanks.
Anyways, what was your favorite show?
My favorite show is actually not a musical.
Okay, see, I was gonna do musical and then play. Because I like
just have
because my favorite play is I like more than Aladdin, but I was just gonna wait to say it because we were talking about musicals.
Oh. Well, I don't know that I have a favorite musical.
I'm sure you do.
That I was in?
That you just talked about.
That I just talked about? Frozen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why would Frozen not be your favorite?
Because I feel like it was so long ago, you know? Like, I feel like we've got to have topped it since then.
I could say that Seussical was my favorite, and that could still stick.
No, I'm just saying, yes, it could still stick. I'm just saying, I feel like I've got to have topped it, you know?
But maybe you just didn't, and that was just your favorite show. Doesn't mean it has to be the best one. Favorite just means, like, overall experience and all that stuff. Because I don't think Aladdin was our best performance.
I did have a lot of fun in Frozen because I was young Anna, so I got to sing
the
young
classic
Anna's
songs.
Yeah, and I really did like, and this is going to be obvious to you, I liked in the song, I can't even remember what it's called, but the song where Anna gets, like, blasted in the head with
a little bit of you.
Yeah. Oh, I loved that song.
That song was so cute and so fun.
In the song, when I got blasted with ice, I loved getting, whenever I got, like, thrown on the floor, because I was so good at it.
Yeah.
And the first time I did it, everyone was like, are you okay? And I was like, like, everyone was scared, and I was like, that's what I was supposed to do, you know, like, I'm getting blasted in the head.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt so cool, because everyone was talking about how good I was about getting hit with ice. Imaginary ice. Okay.
Our favorite play is definitely the same one.
Yes. It's Puffs.
Yeah.
Yes. Puffs was such a good show.
I can say proudly that was my favorite show, best performed show, best production put on. Mm-hmm. That was, in so much confidence, the best show I was ever in and a part of.
Wow.
In every aspect, like, put together, that makes it the best. That show was so fun and so good. I wish we could just do it over and over and over and over.
Okay, wait. If you don't know what the show is, it's a
spoof.
Yes, it's a spoof of Harry Potter.
Yeah. But
it's, like, not copyrighted. Like, they don't have the rights to anything, so they don't ever say
any
copyrighted names at all. So, like, but it follows, instead of it following the main trio, it follows
a Hufflepuff trio that is mirrored to them.
Yeah.
It's happening at the exact same timeline as the books and movies of Harry Potter, but it's shown in a different perspective of this other boy who thinks he's the chosen one and wants to be the chosen one, but he's in Hufflepuff, so he's not gonna be, basically.
But this show, so I'm a Hufflepuff. This show made me love being a Hufflepuff. And Third or Nothing. Like, that is so...
So cute.
At least we're better than Ravenclaw.
Yep, that is the whole thing. It is the most... It's such a funny show,
you know,
too.
Even if you don't like Harry Potter, like, you don't have to like Harry Potter to like this show. It's just... It's so different, but it has, the same heart.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's fun. It's exciting. It even has, like, some little heartfelt moments. But I played Wayne Hopkins, who was the
unchosen.
Yeah, the unchosen one, the main character, mirror of Harry Potter.
Yeah. The funny thing is, when he's trying to be the hero, he's actively pushing away, like, the main plot of, like, Harry Potter. Like,
yeah, he was close, like, every time.
Yeah, but he was like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And then went away, and it's like, that's
he was like, no, that's not important. And then it is literally probably the most important plot point in Harry Potter.
In Harry Potter, but not. That's just like a funny little thing. But also, we did cut out so many scenes because we were children.
Oh, yeah. This show's not like a children's show, but we were performing as children, so we cut out a lot.
A lot. And I remember being, like, really disappointed in that because I had watched it, and I was like, this is the funniest thing ever. But they, I still had so much fun. It was just...
Oh, yeah.
I got to go into the audience, I just remembered.
Yeah, you were... Who were you?
I was 4 different people, but that's how it's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
I was Helga Hufflepuff. I was Ginny. I was Frenchie, which is,
Fleur Delacour.
Yes, her. I don't know how to say her name. And also, my main person that I was Leanne.
The best character in the show, basically.
Yeah, she's like so... She's not dumb. She just is so excited about the fact that they're wizards. Every time she's on stage, she's just like, we're wizards! And then, like, which sounds annoying, but it's funny. When you're actually watching it.
But everyone in that show did such a good job with their characters, and I just remember, like, I loved every scene I was in. Like, there was not a point where I was like, oh, it's this scene, I just need to get past this. No, like, every single scene I was in, I was like so in euphoria, like, being on stage performing. I had a very, very, very hard and rough time memorizing lines because I counted. I had, without the cuts we made, which we didn't even make that many, but I would have had 100 something lines, but with the cuts I had like 92 or 97.
Yeah, and a lot of those were like monologues. Like, they weren't just like,
I'm pretty sure, like,
responses.
Yeah, I had like 6 or 8 monologues.
Ooh, wait, I think I had like 92, like, to be exact, because I used Quizlet. So I remember there was 92 flashcards.
Yeah.
And
when I used Quizlet, it had all the lines, so it was like 107, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Yeah. But, like, I had quick changes, too. Like, so many. There was one where I had to leave on the left side of the stage and come back on the right side of the stage in a completely different costume 2 lines later. And they were short lines. And the thing about getting from the left to the right side of the stage, I had to go through, like, 4 different rooms to get to the left side of the stage.
Yeah.
And so I was, like, changing on the way there, and I remember thinking I was so cool.
Of course. That is
Because I remember being, like, so proud of my entrance, like, but you didn't think I was going to be over here, you know? Like,
I'm pretty sure that show, checked the box of me dying on stage. Spoiler alert.
Wow. Me too.
Yeah, I don't think I died on stage before that. That was, like, everything I needed. Our audience was also, like, a great audience because they, like, audibly reacted to things, and I think that, like, fueled our acting and our performance. I remember whenever I died, because, like, it's supposed to be, like, someone casts Vada Kedavra, and then like the main three are like sitting there, and it's like supposed to be a green light, and it's like, oh my gosh, which one died? And then Wayne dies, and I remember like the audience like gasping, and then like someone was like, I want a refund.
Yeah.
I just love.
Yeah.
And then I had to do the worst scene I ever did, which was whenever he was in that white heaven place that Harry's supposed to go to, that Wayne ends up.
Yeah.
And Dumbledore's like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah. I remember people were so sad when my character died. They were like, they were like screaming.
Yep.
But I remember being sad because you guys just like step over my body.
Everyone felt bad about that. Like, we didn't want to do that.
Yeah, you guys.
The director, which was Kale, my brother-in-law, he was like, well, I don't know if, I think it was in the script anyways, but when Leanne dies, the trio comes on right after that, and we don't acknowledge her dead body, and we just step over it and say our lines.
Yeah. That was like, I was so
That's
sad.
Awful, because the best character just died, and like the main characters don't care. The main characters were literally awful.
Yeah, they
The main characters were not good people.
They were so bad. That was going to be the worst show we had ever put on.
Like, literally, like, days before.
Like, literally, we were like, the show is in 2 days. It was dress rehearsal.
It was,
and
like a day before, even. Probably.
And we only have one dress rehearsal. Usually, like, productions have, like, tech week and stuff. No, we had dress rehearsal.
And then the show.
And the show. Like, that was it. Anyway, we took 4 hours to get through the show.
Did we even?
I don't know, but it took us 4 hours.
Really don't know if we ever got through the show except for the performances, like all the way through. It's a long show. It is so long, and there's so much to it because it literally goes through each school year at Hogwarts. We took our whole dress rehearsal. I don't believe we even got through the whole show for 4 hours.
And it was bad. We were all bored. We were like, no one could remember their lines.
Like a train wreck. And our director, Kale, he literally he wasn't even at the show because his son was being birthed. So
he didn't. He probably was.
That was probably the most intense, crazy show week of my life, at least.
Yes.
Because, one, I was sick beyond belief and going through puberty at the same time, so my voice didn't exist anymore. I had 2 shows going on that exact same week. I was the main character in both. And
what was the other show?
Once Upon a Mattress.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
And I had to do shows back to back with no voice. I was drinking like remedy tea any second I got. I was on vocal rest because I was forced to be on vocal rest. And listening to what I sounded like during those shows, it's crazy because that was definitely the show I was going through puberty in, and I was losing my voice.
You started that show with a high voice.
With like my like pre-pubescent voice, and then like during show I was mid-change in voice.
Yeah, you went through that so fast. Like your voice crack era was...
That whole weekend was it. Yeah. And then after that I was fine. Now I have this voice.
You were like... We had the same voice up until the show day.
Yeah, literally.
Like, that is crazy.
But... Yeah, so I was going through all that, and my first nephew was being born.
Yeah,
and
you were becoming an uncle.
Yeah. And
that's why your voice changed so fast. It was like, wait a minute. We gotta be a man.
And that show was awful, and I was the main character, so I was like, this sucks. Because I have to go on stage not knowing any of my lines, everyone else sucking.
Yeah, we thought the show was funny, but like...
We were not doing it justice. And it was so... Like, you guys don't understand. It was
awful.
Awful.
Literally, like...
Like, no, everyone knew it. Everyone knew it.
Nobody was doing a good job.
I don't even remember if Kale was at the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, he was. Because I remember he was like, getting ready to cut things. He was like, guys, we're about to cut everything. We're about to cancel the show.
But I remember I at least remember there being like a big rehearsal that Kale wasn't there for. And Allison was there stepping in and being like, guys, you suck. Like,
and she was like, this,
like something needs to happen.
It was so bad.
And I feel like I remember her like FaceTiming Kale being like, this sucks. And then he was like, well.
And it was like really sad because everyone was so excited. Everyone was like, this is going to be such a good show.
Like, everyone loved the show so much, but it was so bad. And then the show happened.
But then the next day came.
The performance.
It was show day. Everyone was stressed out of their minds, getting ready to put on the worst performance of their lives.
Whole entire lives.
The lights come up, and everything is perfect.
Like the most flawless, maybe not flawless, but it was so good. It was
so good. Like
the most
especially
amazing show
in comparison. Like,
oh yeah,
anything is good compared to that. Like,
because no one knew their lines, no one knew what was going on. There were so many people in the cast that and we had like 2-inch doorways to get in on stage.
Yeah, the entrance to the door was
and like there were scenes where like everyone had to be on, so it took us like probably 5 minutes to actually get on and get in place. And like all you hear was like
and everyone comes
loud
out
footsteps running on stage, wearing
literally
graduation robes,
just coming out in a perfect line, just
and
to their spots.
But yeah, the show so good.
Like, everything was so perfect.
And unfortunately, Kale couldn't, like, he wasn't there because his son was literally born.
Yeah, and we do not blame him. Obviously, his son was born.
No.
But, like, it was just sad that he didn't get to ever see it.
He never saw his show that was his best show he ever put on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it was a Christmas miracle.
It was June.
Yeah. It was a Christmas miracle in June.
Welcome back to the Dumb Ideas News. I am your anchor, Aaron, and this is my co-anchor,
Anna.
Our top story today is retro summer, failing or succeeding? The answer to that, more on the failing side, I'd say. We have been going strong, you could say, for about a month now. This has been the longest month of my life. We started out strong for like a good 2 weeks, but now we are failing miserably. Our restart was set 2 days ago, Monday, on Memorial Day. And we have been going strong since then. We will fail again for sure, but until then, we will keep you updated. Now for the weather with Anna.
Thanks, Aaron. The weather today is going to be hot. Very hot. And lather on that sunscreen, or you'll end up redder than a tomato. As for the traffic, looks wide open to me.
That's weird because it's Memorial Day weekend. I feel like people would be coming home from the lake. But in later news, we'll find out more about the murder done out by Old McCumphrey's lawn. But until then, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Anna.
And always remember, you can't fix stupid.
Thanks, news. Now, we're gonna get into our least favorite shows. So, what's the least favorite show you have ever been in?
Oh, I was gonna have to think, but it immediately came to me. Hello, Dolly. I hated that show.
Well, why did you hate it so much?
The show's just boring in general. Like, sorry to all the fans of Hello, Dolly, but that show is really boring. And, like, not to be one of those theater kids, but not fun in the slightest unless you're a lead.
Mm-hmm.
Because
but some shows are fun if you're not.
Some shows are really like the show right before that was Bye Bye Birdie.
Mm-hmm.
I was ensemble and I loved that show. It was so fun. But then Hello Dolly, I was ensemble again and I had the worst time ever.
Yeah, that was kind of a boring show.
Because unless you're a lead in this specific show, like it's just really boring. Like all you do is like come on in ensemble numbers, sing with everyone else and partner dance. So it's just, I don't know, that's not my favorite thing to do in shows. I hate partner dancing.
Oh, no. I know my least favorite show. Once Upon a Mattress. Was the least favorite show that I was in. And that's I think there's a few reasons. One, I was ensemble. Whoop-de-doo. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I like being ensemble, like I just said, but not in this show. It's the most boring thing you will ever do, even more boring than Hello Dolly. There was absolutely nothing to do. I was on stage, just kind of standing there, and I literally only remember, doing 2 dances. I was just existed, I feel like.
Pretty sure you were forced to do that show.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to do it.
Blackmailed, guilt-tripped into doing the show.
Every senior who was in that show was like, this is my last show, please do this show with me. And I was like, that's what ultimately made me be like, yes, okay, it's your last show, and I love you guys. And I am thankful that I did it because I did grow closer with them over the course of that show. So, I'm glad that I did. But another thing was the director begged me to do it. And I hate when the director begs you to do something and then you get ensemble because it's like, why did you want me here? And what's worse is I know why this happened, but what's worse is I was forgotten on the cast list. I wasn't even there on the list. And I was like, I'm not mad about that, but I was confused. The reason was, I was like, guys, I'll do the show, but I'm not going to audition. I don't want to do the show, I knew I was going to get ensemble. And I had an audition paper, too. So it's I was in the pile.
Yeah.
So, that's why I think they forgot me, is because I wasn't physically there. Mm-hmm. But I had a paper, so.
Yeah. I enjoyed that show. It was fun. I agree. There's definitely one of those shows where if you're not a lead, it's kind of just, boring. You're just kind of there.
Yeah, because it's not an ensemble cast.
No, it's definitely just.
I meant ensemble show. Okay, what about favorite show that you were not in?
Oh, why was I thinking? 6.
Yep.
That is my favorite musical ever.
Yes. That's just a really good
all
musical.
Time.
Which was not performed at the studio. It's just...
Yeah, it's just my favorite musical.
A favorite musical.
Which, if you don't know what 6 is, it's a telling of Henry VIII's 6 wives. It's basically told as a little rock concert, and all of them are competing to figure out who's going to be the lead singer in their band that they've created. And they're each have a song to figure out who had it worse. Mm-hmm. And it's just a really funny show. It's a really good show. The songs are incredible. And I just love the vibe that it gives. It's telling history, but it's in such a modern way, and it's very, I don't know, it's just really fun, and I love that show. In between each song, they have lines to get into the next song, but they're always on stage. The plot is literally what I just said, which is they're just competing, singing a concert for the audience.
Yeah, it's just a concert, which is really cool, and their costumes are so cool.
Good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's an all-female cast production, and the live instruments are played by women also.
I did not even know that.
All the directors and costumers and creators, except for, I think, one of the writers is a guy. There's 2 writers, I'm pretty sure, and one of them is a guy. But other than that, it's, all female.
That's a lot. Was that on purpose? Or did that just happen?
I'm pretty sure it was a little on purpose, because it's
her story.
What's your favorite musical?
My favorite musical is Heathers.
Okay.
Like,
That's a really good show.
I love so many. So many musicals are just so good. But Heathers, I love almost every single song in that album. Like, I think there's only one that I just, like, don't listen to, but I still, like, do listen to it. It's just not, like, in the regular rotation, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I love Beetlejuice and Mean Girls.
Love Mean Girls.
Yeah. There's, like, there's so many that I love. But Heathers.
Anastasia.
I haven't listened to all of those songs.
Oh my gosh. Anastasia's music is beautiful. In a Crowd of Thousands, I've been like thinking about that. It's literally such a beautiful song.
I think part of the reason why I love Heathers so much is because, well, one, that was one of the musical episodes for Riverdale. You know, of course. And two, some of the songs are used in 17 in your musical.
Yeah.
Which the song Beautiful, the Riverdale version, reminds me of 17. So it's like a little like line of thought. And that just like all of it just like is amazing. So actually, okay, I take it back. Heathers is not my favorite musical. By far, 17 is my favorite musical.
Thank you.
Like, I'm not even saying that just because you made it. Like, literally, one, it's got so many good songs. I love almost every single song in that show. And like a true musical, there's one or two songs that you just skip.
I mean, me too, honestly.
Yeah. But I love that show. Like, so much. It's amazing.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love writing jukebox musicals because I think the passion from it comes from, well, one, writing stories, which I love to do, and music. It literally just combines my two favorite things in the whole world, actually.
Yeah, of course.
Which is music and writing. And, like, I don't think I'm capable of creating my own music for a musical because that's just a lot.
You could partner with somebody one day.
But that's why I do like jukebox musicals, which like I used to think like I'm like cheating, like it's not a real musical because it uses other songs that I didn't create.
Yeah.
But I don't think that, because it's still a story told by me, just using different parts of other creations, which pretty much every story is.
Yeah.
It's just inspiration from other stories.
Yeah, you're just citing your sources.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's better.
So yeah, I don't think that jukebox musicals are cheats or fake or... Because like Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Which I've never... me personally, I don't think I've ever heard another jukebox musical where all the songs are from different things. Maybe And Juliet, which is like a new jukebox musical. I'm not sure if that's...
Isn't Footloose a jukebox musical?
Yeah.
From different things, or is it all one?
They always have like a theme. Because there's like 3 that I can think of right off the bat.
It's easier to get the rights to the songs if you just get the rights to this album, you know.
Yeah, but that isn't an album.
Oh.
Like Mamma Mia is ABBA. That's their theming. And then Footloose. Footloose is... I feel like it's just like 80s songs. Songs from the 80s. Which also, Rock of Ages is...
Just rock songs from the 80s?
Yeah, rock songs from the 80s. But 17 is songs from musicals specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love writing musicals. And an episode in the future, we're probably going to deep dive into 17 specifically. But yeah, you guys will get to know a little bit more about that.
I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Moral of the story, musical theater is...
magical.
I mean, thank you for listening to our little, like,
Theater Kid Geek Out session.
Nerd session.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just kind of. I mean, you learn more about us every day. So.
Yep. There's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Drop down in the comments your favorite musical. And thanks for listening. And thanks to the viewers for watching.
Thank you. Thank you.
Make sure to go to YouTube if you want to see us. If you don't, I don't blame you.
I do. Right. My ear just stopped working.
All right. See you next week for our next episode.
Bye, guys. Why did you match my energy? What again?